Y'all, let's talk about these beautiful babies right here. So these individuals, by the name of, I want to make sure that I say her name accurately. So let me pull it up. Madison Sims, okay? And his name is Samuel Brown. He was 18. She was 17 years of age. And they went to the prom. I believe they were, I'm not sure whose prom. I feel like it could have been her prom that they were going to out in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But they were going to the prom. And I believe they went to the prom after the prom, from my understanding. Something may have went wrong with their vehicle. And I believe they rented a Tesla. And he and her was in the front seat. They had two other individuals in the back seat. And somehow, I don't know if they lost control or was unable to brake with the vehicle, and the car slammed into a semi truck, which is so sad and so tragic. And these two individuals were dead upon arrival. And that is so sad. The other two individuals in the back, from my understanding, was in the hospital, or still is in the hospital with serious injuries. Okay, so it's just a really unfortunate, sad situation. You sending your baby off to prom, and likely it's their senior year. It could have been her senior year or her junior year, whichever one. They're getting ready to come out of school, and this situation happened. A moment that you're supposed to celebrate, rejoice, be happy about, it turns into tragedy. And it's so sad. I feel so bad for their families. Like, it is so sad. I do have a news clip here. I'm not going to show the video, but I am going to play the audio for you guys. So just check out more of the details of what happened surrounding the passing of these beautiful teenagers. So y'all go ahead and check this out.
In Tuscaloosa, police are investigating a fatal accident that killed two teenagers and sent two other teens to the hospital. ABC 3340's Kyra Purvis joins us live from there now with all that we know so far.
Megan, this is where Tuscaloosa police say the accident occurred just before 2 a.m. this morning. Now, according to social media posts made by family and friends, both victims had just attended prom. Now, according to authorities, officers were called to the intersection of Skyland Boulevard and Interstate 20 and 59 to respond to a Tesla pinned underneath a truck. Now, there were 4 occupants in the vehicle. 2 were pronounced dead at the scene. Tuscaloosa police has not yet released the names of these victims, but the Perry County School District made a Facebook post today about the incident, naming the victim as Samuel Brown, a student at Robert C. Hatch High School, and Madison Sims, a student at Paul Bryant High School in Tuscaloosa. Now, social media posts show both were attending prom together at the Tuscaloosa City School. The post has received more than 27,000 shares on Facebook. Now, there were 2 other passengers in that vehicle. They were transported to the hospital with injuries. One was considered in good condition this morning. Tuscaloosa police say the crash is still under investigation. Live in Tuscaloosa, I'm Kyra Purvis, ABC 3340 News.
Y'all, that is just so freaking sad. And I wonder how the other babies are doing that were also involved in this crash. What a tragic way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure one of these babies was getting ready to graduate this year, if not both of them. And they won't even make it. And I believe that he had younger siblings. I'm not sure about her, but I remember seeing a post on his mom's page, who hasn't said anything on Facebook yet, and I'm sure is still registering for her. But I believe he had like 3 younger siblings. I believe those were like, he had 2 brothers and a sister. So I can just imagine, what everybody is going through. And this literally just happened. I believe it was Friday night, y'all. Like, girl, and it's so much going on. And it's crazy that so much of it was coming from Alabama, in a sense, And we'll get into more of some of the stories that I learned about. But in the meantime, I want to let you guys know that these 2 individuals were not the only ones to lose their life that night. Okay, there was another young lady, beautiful young lady, by the name of Charity, from my understanding, and she too lost her life that night. And I believe that it was stories that was coming out saying that this young lady was from Alabama, but it appears that she might have been from Louisiana. Okay, but this beautiful young girl here, who is 17 years of age, she also died in a car crash out in Louisiana. They said that she was not wearing a seatbelt and she was in the vehicle with, I do believe that could have been her boyfriend at the time. I believe that could have been her boyfriend that she was with. All right, so they're saying prom night turned out to be the last night for Charity Dunbar of Louisiana. According to Louisiana State Police, Charity Dunbar, 17, died in a car accident on Friday evening. Dunbar was driving a Nissan Sentra west on Louisiana Road when she failed to stop at a stop sign, crashing into a Porsche that had entered the intersection. The Nissan left the roadway and it flipped. The Porsche crashed into a Toyota Highlander preparing to make a left turn and on that same road, and Dunbar was not wearing a seatbelt and died at the scene. They said a juvenile passenger in the car, also unrestrained, was also injured in the crash, and said the passenger was taken to a hospital with moderate injuries. Okay. Now they're saying the drivers of the Porsche and Toyota, along with a passenger in the Toyota, were all wearing seatbelts, and they all were uninjured in the crash. That is so sad. Like, she was so cute. She was so tiny. She was just a cutie pie. I really, really hate that. I do believe that the young man she was in the vehicle with, his mom actually came to social media and she did make a post. And she says, Lord, comfort my son on his loss. What must a mom do but pray for God to mend your broken heart? I know you are feeling overwhelmed and disgusted with losing your loved ones, but remember, God has love for all his children and that he will never leave you nor forsake you. He is the peace to all understanding. Know that mommy loves you, and I'm so sorry I can't take this pain from you. Okay, sweet girl, always in my heart. Okay, so that is just, girl, that was just too much. That was just too much. I'm like, girl, that's a lie. Rest in peace to that beautiful baby girl, and rest in peace to Madison and Samuel as well. Condolences to their families, because girl, I could not imagine you sending your baby off to have a great time and then they don't return. You know what I'm saying? It's just so sad, and I hate that.